So, moving on, your number 6.
My number 6 is Goddess of the Full Moon Tsukuyomi.
I mentioned this, so you can go into it.
I like this just because I love Japanese ancient history.
Yeah, it's interesting.
One of my main topics I love to talk about is ancient history. Because it's just so fascinating to me. Greece, Rome, Japan, China, all these different histories I love. And Tsukuyomi was actually a goddess in Japanese history, so
that makes sense.
And I just love history, so you're gonna see some other cards down my list already, some history as well. And this is where it starts to become a lot of Oracle Think Tank, just to let you know.
That's not surprising.
But yeah, it's just because I love I love history, so I'm leaving it at that. There's no point of talking about it anymore.
My number 6. This is kind of cheating, but every single reverse. I really like the reverse units. I will flat out say that.
There are some I like, there are some I hate.
I don't count Overlord the Rebirth. I don't count that. That's not a reverse, because it does not have the name reverse. So I just don't count it. Other people will. I think in Omega Glandios' ruling he counts because he does have the reverse R. I just don't count it.
If it has the reverse R, it works for Omega Glandios.
Yeah, I know
it does, because I've looked that up.
Yeah. I like all the reverse units, though. I like the concept of it, of taking these really powerful titans and
of each clan.
Yes, of each clan, almost every clan, and just corrupting them. There are certain clans where I was a little skeptical about, like Grand Blue, I was like, oh, why are you doing it to Grand Blue? Aqua Force, I was like, oh, why'd you do it to Maelstrom?
Kagero, I can understand Dauntless.
I understand Dauntless completely.
Let's not bring up, what's his face?
That thing that isn't, one. Leopold was interesting,
Leopold was a good idea, I think, because...
Yes, it was.
They needed some new support after getting almost kind of crap support in set 8.
Indeed, Vowing was a good choice. Amon was a great choice for the reverse.
Amon was a great choice. Any of the Dark Zone was a great choice.
Yeah. They didn't go for Spike Brothers, which I'm kind of happy about, just because I like Spike Brothers. Where
I thought when what's his face from Die Police got reversed.
Kote, is it?
Not Kote, but his unit.
Dayusha?
When Dayusha got reversed and took the entire opposite, it's like, they're thinking for once!
Yeah, Dayusha's pretty freaking
Dayusha was a great choice. I thought he was one of the first.
People thought Zeal would be reversed, but nope, it was Dayusha.
Well, you can't really reverse Zeal. What are you going to have
Zeal's
him do?
already evil.
Yeah, what are you going to have him do? Make flowers and pretty mangoes?
Reverse Sun Moon's already evil.
Oh gosh, I just now someone's gonna make that on Reddit or Pinterest or something.
Yes.
Make that artwork.
Yes. His arms are placed in the right position where he can be like rainbows. That's brilliant.
Imagination.
Dauntless is like that. There's even a thing where there's a rainbow. He's like rainbows. Because Dauntless was a good choice. Neo Nectars, I think they could have done a little bit better.
Neo Nectar and
I like it,
Murakumo, I thought was...
Murakumo's is good, though. The Murakumo one's good. You break ride that thing, that thing's powerful. I think they could have tried a little bit with, like, taking an actual unit. The Royal Paladin reverse, I feel like... I mean, it's good, but at the same time, I didn't think they were...
good, in my opinion.
It's better than some
Angel Feathers,
It's not that good, but I like its artwork.
Some of the artworks are okay, some of the artworks I think are really bad, but...
And out of the clans that didn't get reversed, Bermuda should have.
Bermuda should have. Everybody thought
Everybody wanted it.
Yeah, everybody wanted it. It's a cutesy clan that should have been reversed. That would have been funny.
That would have been fun. Tachi's didn't get reversed, I was surprised by that.
No, I wasn't really that surprised. Frankly, a lot of the reverses happened to clans just because of the popularity.
Yeah, because of the popularity. Mega Colony, the most underrated clan, didn't get reversed. They survived. Shadows didn't get reversed. That was
Golds
the biggest.
Didn't get reversed.
That's not surprising, though. Shadows not getting reversed. That's the biggest middle finger to the entire...
That's only because Ren fainted. That's the only
Ren's like, oh no, I'm getting a reverse. Mordred probably would have been reversed. He probably, because they say in one of the episodes, Asuka's like, I wonder how Mordred will look reversed. And I'm like, oh no, he's not getting reversed.
No, Mordred wouldn't get reversed. His first big dragon, I can never...
Oh, Raging Form?
Raging Form would be reversed. How much do you want to bet that he'd be the reversed one?
We'll never know. Of course, in Season 4, I'm banking they bring that back because the reverse was a great concept.
They're not bringing the reverse concept back.
It was a good concept.
It was a good concept for the time, but...
It was really fun.
They're bringing out Legion stuff.
Boo.
Yeah, Legion. Not a good idea.
We don't like Legion, personally.
No, there's not... I mean, yes, Battle Sisters is getting a Legion, but...
And Granblue's getting a Legion.
But if the Battle Sister one isn't good, I will not even look at it or use it. Just because of that.
The whole thing on Legion, it's like, hey, some people notice that with the 4 Bermuda Triangle triggers, you put them together, it makes a full image. And with a couple other units, you can do that, it makes a full image. Bushyroad's probably thinking, we can make that a serious concept! No, you don't need to.
And don't ever do that again, please.
Well,
I'm not going to even go into that. But
I like all the reverses, so moving on to your...
The concept was good. I don't think they're bringing it back.
They should, though.
My number 5?
Yes.
Silent Tom.
Oh, that guy who trolls the field. Hey, grade zeros! Nope.
Silent
Finger
Tom.
guns!
Silent Tom is interesting. The only unit to put a scare into grade zeros until Nouvelle Vage.
Nobody likes... I don't like Nouvelle Vage.
Neither do
I like Silent Tom.
Silent Tom, he's a gangster.
He's a gangster of the underworld.
Yeah, and...
With finger guns!
He's not a gangster of the underworld, he's a gangster of...
He's dead, though.
He's technically dead, yes, but...
He's a ghost. He's got finger guns!
But he's... You gotta admit, he's really interesting. His ability's great. I'm actually kind of shocked over in Japan. He got removed from the ban list. I mean, pretty much everything got removed from the ban list over there except Dragonic Descendant, I believe. And, Conroe.
Conroe?
Even... No, I don't know if Purple got removed over there, but...
Silent Tom has finger guns.
So, he's got a good ability. That's why. And his artwork. Having 2 different artworks was interesting. I've got both artworks.
You have to... You know there are finger guns. You can't just not acknowledge
Okay, let's move on.
Finger guns. I shoot you with my finger... Anyway, my number 5, El Rose, you kind of talked about this. I like her artwork.
Her artwork is...
It's really good. I really like it. The whole female Freddy Krueger, some people say it's Hatsune Miku meets Freddy Krueger. I totally get that.
I just look at it as a female animated Freddy Krueger.
It is.
All of it is.
It is. The concept's pretty good because it actually...
It's a searcher.
It's a searcher for the... It literally says, hey, get +5 in a crit. Do that twice. +10 in a double critical.
But you have to waste 4 counterblasts doing it.
That's true.
She's not that good in battle, but searching...
She can be good in battle if you get the right conditions. Like, I've used her, and I've actually won sometimes with her. Against, like, some top-rated decks, at times. To the point where it's like, yeah! Go Rose.
Some of the stuff, though, it's like, wow.
Just get a crit! Yes, it's one that I really like. I'm surprised it's at high on the list as... I didn't think it would be that high, but I like her. And I'm hoping that she might get a cross ride. Maybe she will.
Maybe she will, maybe she won't.
Hey, Bushyroad, maybe that's something you could work on for set 18, considering you're clearly running out of ideas.
No, it'll be they won't make more cross rides right now, I don't think.
Boo. Anyway, your number 4.
My number 4? White Hair of Ibana.
Okay. This one I'm interested.
It's because of... I used to play Yu-Gi. Actually, I sort of still do. Not as much. But when I was a heavy player of Yu-Gi, I still collect these. I collect a series of cards called Spirit Monsters, okay? And one of the cards that was really hard to find is a card called Enable White Rabbit. It's the same thing. And it's hilarious for the fact that it's a rabbit with a mortal and pedestal.
Oh, I know that one.
That's what it is. And I love its artwork, and it's another card from Japanese lore, so yeah.
Alright, that makes sense. I'm surprised that grade 1 made it on there, because usually people don't think of grade 1s.
I keep in touch with all the cards. I don't stick with just 2s and 3s. I look at grade 0s and grade 1s too.
Yeah, I could see that. Anywho, my number 4, Thunderbreak Dragon. Here's why I put him high on the list, because he was the first, big unit that I ever had. When I first got into the game, the first trial deck I got was Renaissance of the Thunder Dragon. Thunderbreak was, my best unit in the trial deck that I had. And was my best unit for quite some time.
Until you got your hands on.
Until I got my hands on a lot of better cards, but I still like him. And I still have one copy of him. I will never trade that thing.
Of course you won't.
And I don't think anybody even wants him anymore, but I like him.
You never know.
And he was so popular that he got a revamp as Vowing. Vowing is Thunderbreak. And then seeing Vowing reverse, it's just Thunderbreak's evolved into multiple levels, but still.
Multiple evil levels.
Yes. Still, Thunderbreak Dragon is one of those units that I really hold close just because of its nostalgia value. So I just really like him. So you're number 3.
My number 3, I'm actually going to break away and actually go with Die Police.
Alright.
Die Police. Well, actually, the second deck I had actually ever completed myself. And it took me a little while to get used to deck building. This is when I was a noob at the game. I mean, I was pretty close to being brand new. I only had my Royal deck, and I wanted to build, and I had my Oracle Think Tank deck, which I had built out of a few trial decks and a few other packs. But I wanted to build a clan that nobody else really used. And at the time, there was only one other person using it, but I had built my deck totally different than him. And I was just pulling cards together as fast as possible. Hold on. To try and build the deck faster than he could, and technically I did. So it was quite interesting. And then I saw the fact that the main card Dayusha was getting a cross ride, which is still amazing today.
It's still a good cross ride.
It's still a good cross ride.
Nowadays, Die Police are in popularity, they're pretty high on the table.
That's because of the reverse they got. And then as I knew that they were getting reverse, it's wow. From being a clan that they got 4 cards in set 3.
Oh really? There's only 4.
Yeah, they got a grade 0, grade 1, a grade 2, and grade 3.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And then getting more cards in set 4, and then more cards in set 5.
And set 8, they got a bunch of
Set 8, set 9.
Die Police! We punch things!
Yeah, and it was actually... I'm glad to see the clan grow, and it's actually gotten good support over the years, and I'm happy with it what it's now.
They have gotten legitimate support. I feel like nowadays they're getting a bit too much.
Die Police, I feel like one of the clans they could slow down on, just because
they could slow down a little bit.
Yes.
After set 13, I felt like they started going a little bit overboard.
But they've gotten great support. I love their concept. I don't play Zeal, but I play the
main Die Police.
Yes, the main Die Police of Dayusha in the Dimensional Rolos. And I'm working on an Enigma deck with the original Saber Zero, which is actually an effective combination I've played.
Enigmans!
They're still okay, in my opinion. I can get the right chain to work.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
So, my number 3?
Yes.
Skydiver!
Of course.
I love Skydiver. It was actually the first, expensive Spike Brothers unit I ever got.
And now it's nothing.
And I got an SP version of it, so that kind of helped. Skydiver, again, has the nostalgia value. It's also the unit that kind of got me, because at a time, when I was choosing what decks I wanted to build, when I still didn't have that many decks built, I was on and off about Spike Brothers, because I liked their idea, but at the same time, I wasn't sure, because a lot of their artwork I was kind of on and off about.
You build a lot of decks based on artwork.
I do build a lot of decks based on artwork. Spike Brothers is one of the few decks that I didn't do it for artwork. Skydiver helped me, though, because I liked Skydiver. And then I saw Emperor, I'm like, yeah, Emperor's pretty good, but Skydiver.
And
also,
you still wish that Bushiroad would make Skydiver.
Give Skydiver a cross ride. It can work.
They won't ever do it.
Give Skydiver a cross ride.
Because it's a card that's it's based on coming out of the deck.
It is, but he does work okay as Vanguard. He can work as Vanguard. He's just an 11K base, but he works. Also, I have this running gag with this one guy where whenever I say Skydiver, he will just be upset. And look at me disappointed, because he also has a Spike Brothers thing that...
Yeah, but he doesn't like Skydiver one bit.
I like Skydiver!
Skydiver's to me.
He has his place, I feel. He has his place. I know he's not the best, but I like Skydiver. Skydiver! Anyway, so you're number 2.
Amaterasu.
Alright.
CEO Amaterasu. You probably expected this one.
I expected this pretty high.
I like this card, but it's not because of it being in Vanguard. I actually, before I got into Vanguard, I played a game called Okami. If later put a picture of the game cover right here.
What was that game about?
It's a lot of Japanese history and Japanese lore.
Does it have the fox?
It's the wolf.
Oh, it's the wolf? Oh, okay.
It's the wolf with the thing on his back. And
okay.
Got people running on his back. It's a fun game. I love it. I've beaten it 100%, and it really takes the cake on my top 10 list of games. It's so much fun. You learn a lot of... If you were to play the game just for the Japanese lore, it's amazing. I mean, I feel like this is one of the only games that I've seen where they put a lot of time into the lore of the game.
Yeah.
And putting Japanese history into it so much that it's amazing. That's why I truly love this card. I just broke up my Amaterasu deck. Yes, sad. I'm probably going to put it back together, just because it's like I miss it.
Amaterasu.
But it's the fact that when I saw this card in the show, it was like, whoa, I want to use this card. It's amazing. And for being a Mega Blast, not that bad, actually.
It's one of the Mega Blasts that's actually still used.
That and Vampire.
Her and Vampire are the two that are probably used the most.
Probably. Unless you build a Mega Blast deck, which that's...
Nobody does that anymore.
Nobody does that.
Well, I built a scrap one, which you guys can look for. You can try to find which one it is.
I'll have to go on your channel and watch it, just because I don't think I've seen that episode.
Yeah, I built one just because I could.
But no, it's because of the game Okami that I love this game.
Alright.
That I love that card, so... Here, number 2.
My number 2 is Stealth Dragon Voidmaster.
Of course.
Everybody gave this card so much crap before Nubatamas got support.
People still give them crap after they got support.
I respect Voidmaster. I respect this
crappy 9K.
Put him on rear guard. Make him become up. People will actually break ride him at times. People will break ride him, if necessary. I personally wouldn't, but he's still awesome. And when I heard Nubatamas finally got support, I'm like, Voidmaster, you get to be used in a deck that actually works. And he does work in the deck with Dreadmaster. Dreadmaster everybody uses. Everybody uses Dreadmaster.
That's because
he's awesome.
It's effective. But now I don't believe it is. It's still effective. Voidmaster's not effective.
I find him... I just like him. Because everybody was like... I always made myself this promise. If Nubatamas ever got enough to make a deck, I would put him in that deck. I made myself that promise when I first saw Voidmaster because everybody gave him crap and I'm just like, this unit's awesome. Him and Dreadmaster are pretty awesome. So I will... this is the one card I always have to defend. Because he has a legitimate ability. Because all I need to do is attack a rear guard and you lose a card.
You're crazy.
Think of it like... Because this is what I usually have to say.
But that's not effective against decks that have huge hand advantage.
That's why Nubatamas bind everything and then that's their point. You have a huge hand? Good! I get to kill that hand and make it more fun. Also, rule against Nubatama. If you have 5 cards, you're dead. Even with 5 cards in your hand, you are going to die. Like, you cannot guard those attacks then. Because Break Ride...
Think Tank can get easy 10 to 12 cards in their hand.
That's what makes it fun. The more cards you have, the more I can get rid of and get power off that.
And frankly, if I've got grade 3s in my hand and I can choose, I will just throw those grade 3s away.
That is very true.
Just because, like, what's the point?
Also,
Like,
I defend Voidmaster by saying this. If I have less cards in my hand and have Counterblast, all I need to do is attack one of your rear guards, and you lose a card. Like, there is no argument. You will either guard it and lose, or lose the rear guard and lose a card. Boosted by Dreadmaster, 16k column, and you might lose 2 cards. I will always defend Voidmaster as being a good unit. I understand riding him to Vanguard isn't the best thing because he's a 9k, but...
He's a... not... If he wasn't a 9k, people would use him more, but he's a damn 9k. A grade 3 9k.
That's only a single rare.
That's why people won't use freaking,
That's why people don't use El Rose either.
El Rose, or Gancelot even.
Yeah, no, it's just...
Gancelot's also pretty useless.
I still will always defend Voidmaster for being awesome, because I like Voidmaster. So, you're number 1.
My number 1 is actually the archetype of Battle Sisters.
Not shocking at all.
You probably expected this.
I did.
Battle Sisters, Battle Sisters, Battle Sisters. My favorite archetype from Oracle Think Tank. It's because my first tournament I ever won with was my Battle Sister.
The Nuns with Guns.
Yes, and when I had actually when I heard that they were coming out, I actually got I ordered 3 boxes right away and got all my stuff, bing bang boom, and that was done. And then I started winning tournament after tournament after tournament with this deck, until I ran into some higher decks, but this deck was still effective. And when they got Parfait, jeez, that was
Battle Sisters.
That was effective.
And I totally respect Battle Sisters. I mean, I have no complaints with them.
Not many people do have quarrels with Battle Sisters.
I see no problem with them. They're an effective type. What is their concept? Because I never fully got that.
It's like a Royal Paladin combined with an Oracle Think Tank concept.
It is.
It's to call units out very slightly, but it's more of an Oracle Think Tank where it's heavy draw.
That makes sense.
I don't...
So, Nuns with Guns.
Yes, I love this archetype. I will never break this deck up. I would sell every other one of my decks before I'd even think about selling this one. Just because it's my favorite deck, it was one of the first decks I could truly win with. And I had put so much heart into this deck. And it's like, wow, I will win with it. So, it's just one of my favorite decks. I will never give it up. So, you'll never, ever see me give that deck out. Even if you were to offer me the rarest cards in Vanguard, I would never give it up. It's been with me for far too long. And
I'm assuming that's probably going to be one of your deck profiles when you get that started.
If I ever get a camera and get my channel set up, it'll probably be one of my first deck profiles.
That makes sense. So, my number 1 then? Okay, you're not going to be surprised by this at all.
Is it? Can I take a guess?
Okay, take one guess.
Spirit Exceed.
Yep.
I knew it.
And all of Grand Blue, actually. Just pretty much most of Grand Blue, but Spirit Exceed gets its own little... it gets the above number 1
It
spot.
gets your big fat seal of approval.
It does. Now, people still give this card crap too,
It's
and
not
I get why.
Its ability is not that good, because it's got that.
I get it.
It's got no ability.
Well, it's Superior Ride, so say you are at grade 2 and have no grade 3s. Oh wait, exceeds in the drop zone. Night Spirit, Samurai Spirit, go to the soul so I can get a grade 3 out. Good job! But I really like Grand Blue, and that's why Grand Blue and Spike Brothers often have to battle over which one's my number 1 favorite clan. Grand Blue, I did start before Spikes did. I did start them.
Had that.
I've had Grand Blue for a long
When you first built your decks, I remember you telling me, is the fact that you actually...
Narukami was the first deck I ever had. Grand Blue was the first one I built.
Yeah, it's like with me. I actually got my Royal deck from friends. I bought mine from a friend. But then I really put my heart and soul into Oracle Think Tank. That's why it's my favorite clan. It's like that first clan you ever build.
Yep.
It's like that becomes your favorite. Like you won't ever give it up.
Like I wanted to just stick to Narukami's, but I'm like, I want to see what other clans are out there. And I look, and Spirit Exceed is the unit that sold me for Grand Blue. Because I looked at Grand Blue, I'm like, pirates. This is interesting. And then I usually look at the grade 3s because those are the ones that you end the game with. So I usually base on what one is the most effective. At the time, there was Cocytus, which I thought he was okay. There was a couple, like Vampire Pirates. Basskirk was actually pretty cool.
Monster Frank.
Monster Frank, Guardian Zombie Shark. Oh god, that card.
Guardian Zombie Shark. What the?
It's the first part of Sharknado. Imagine that Sharknado. Just a giant shark eating other sharks. It was hilarious. Sharkception. But the unit that sold me for Grand Blue was Spirit Exceed. Like, that is the card that sold me where I'm like, yep, building this. Because it just, the way it looks, its presence, just everything about it I like. It's a shame that it does not see play, and even I don't use it. But I still, whenever I see Spirit Exceeds, I will hold on to them.
And, like, you'll try and trade for them, won't you?
If people don't, if they're like nothing else, I may trade for them. Like, if people don't want them, or like, it's not something that's high on my priority list, it'd probably be really low, but if I see them, I will keep that in the back of my mind. I don't see many people with Spirit Exceeds anymore, though.
That's because not many people buy old sets.
Indeed.
Most people only buy new sets because that's where the money is now.
Mm-hmm.
But
the one... Exceed gets above the number 1 spot, so you can say all of Grand Blue is in the number 1, but above that would be Spirit Exceed.
If we're gonna do that, then I'll put Battle Sister Parfait as my number, like above my number 1.
The seal of approval.
Yeah, it's like, just because it's an effective card. You have 3 or less, counterblast 2, draw a card. You have 4 warning cards in your hand, this unit gets +3, the attack hits, I get to draw an extra card. That's how you can keep your hand size big with Bermuda
Draw things!
With Bermuda Triangle. Please, please, smack me right here.
Oh, I get to do this!
Thank you. But, no, Oracle Think Tank, Battle Sisters, yes. But, so, yeah.
Well, fun fact, Bermudas and Oracles were often chosen to mix with Bermudas when Bermudas didn't have support.
Yeah, because of... And people love to build pure female decks, and a lot of the female cards are in Oracle Think Tank, so...
Indeed.
So, guys, this has been our top 12...
Spirit Exceed is best!
You just cut me off.
Yes, I did.
No.
Fantasy Shift Blade. Yeah, so my number 1, Spirit Exceed.
My number 1 is...
Favorite card, I will never let that go.
My number 1 is Battle Sisters, but if I was going to go by a pure favorite card, it's Battle Sister Parfait. And I love Battle Sisters because they're French. All the names are French, pretty much. No, that's
I would
Italian.
insert a French stereotype here, but I'm not going to.
Doing this, that's Italian, that's not French.
Anywho, this has been our top 12 favorite Card Fight Vanguard cards.
We don't know what we're doing yet, guys, but we'll find something.
Indeed. And you guys have been subscribing to me a lot lately. Thank you for that. 500 subscriber special will come out when I reach 500 subscribers. So if you want to see that...
He won't even tell me what it is.
No, that's an absolute secrecy. I keep certain things in absolute secrecy.
But it's probably going to have to do something with Card Fight Vanguard. At least tell them that.
No. It won't.
Okay. Well, at least you guys know it won't be Card Fight Vanguard related.
Just...
Keep in touch, and we'll keep making more videos. I'm going to keep in his videos just because I don't have a channel yet.
Indeed. So he's going to be in a good amount of my card fight videos, except for my deck profiles.
I might even start doing a couple of my own deck profiles on your channel, just because it's like...
Or we could just use my camera and stuff like that. Regardless, this has been Solomon Pleasant.
And Monty Cat 1432, and...
Signing off. Did you just throw that at them?
Yes.
You insulted my audience, probably.